Hi everyone, this is Cherie from Paper Pieces and Leftovers. I just want to come on here real quick and show you guys how to add all the flowers to the basket. I've already put Franklin together and did the basket just to kind of shorten the length and the time of the video. So the word sunflower, I actually used a Cricut pen to draw it out, and then I traced over it with a glaze pen just in black. They're the same jelly pens as we use for the jelly rolls for the whites of the eyes and any accents, but they're glaze and they come in a pack with several colors, but black is just the one I used on this. So we're going to put him together real quick. First, we're going to put the flowers together, as there's several of those. I embossed all of the brown parts of the flowers, the centers, with an old Cuttlebug folder, which is Swiss dots. They're tiny. So I know that in another video I did show that you can use the Swiss dots paper and it's just as cute. Let's open this one up. I should have been a little more prepared, sorry guys. So this is using Swiss dots paper. And this is Mud Puddle. That's the color of this one. And Basil makes it. I got it from 12 by 12 cardstock shop. Okay, so I'm going to be using Beardsley Art Glue in my precision glue bottle from Amazon. I'm going to separate all of my leaves from my petals. That goes to that. I don't need his hands yet. And let's put the first little daisy together. So what I did with this, and I did not emboss this, I'll probably use Nouveau Drops when I'm finished. All I did for this was lay these as close together as I can. And I'll say it time and time again, I work on a glass platform so I can clean the glass off. I can just wipe it down with some water and a rag. This is We Are Memory Keepers, and mine is the biggest one they make, which is 24 inches. It's a pretty large one, but it's on my Dreambox table because I do not want to damage my Dreambox desk after I got that as a Mother's Day gift from hubby. All right, sorry, ring is turned sideways and scratching my finger. Okay, so there's the first one. We're just gonna go ahead and put a little bit of glue on the end and the inner side here. And I used tweezers. They have reverse tweezers, they have all kinds of tweezers, but I used a fine point tweezers just so I can clean up glue in between places like that. It just wipes right out. And I'm going to set that aside after I put on the little flower. Leaf, not flower. So I'm just going to glue on the bottom part of it, just a tad little bit. I'm going to grab it and place that right there. And I can move him over here actually so we can see him. There we go. All right. Let's start gluing the centers down here, now that I just rearranged everything yet again. All right, so I hope everybody's doing well. Sorry I've been gone for so long. I see that people have been asking for me to start making more videos, but I had to take some me time. My mom and I are still grieving with my grandma's passing. As my mom was saying, she was an everyday person. We talked to her every day, so having to figure out what to do with our time and change the things we do when we would talk to her, because I would show her all my pieces. So the oblong ones I put in the middle of the actual sunflower looking ones, and you'll notice when I say oblong, this one's more oval and this one's more circle on the top. And it looks like I'm missing one. Nice. Well, we may have to add a flower later. or I'll have to mesh two videos together. Nope, I see him. He's right there. Little stinker, come back. Okay, so the only thing is everybody's gonna put different embellishments on. I'm gonna use Nouveau Drops for maybe a couple accent dots there and on that one. And I'm gonna use a clear brown. Why did I put that one on there? That one needs a bigger circle now that I see the bigger one. My accent brown is back there. So I'll pull it out in just a moment so you guys can see. And that way I can read the color off as well. This went together fairly easy once I got it inked. I've done this set before, so I pretty much remember how it went. I didn't need too much of a guidance. The bucket is easy. All I did on this back part was I drew a line down the middle, and then I placed my inner two first, and then I worked outwards. And it does not go all the way to the edge. So I glued just a little fine line and laid that down, and then ran a little bit of glue in the back just to seal it off as good as I could. I'm getting sidetracked. Sorry, I'm trying to cover everything for you guys. My Franklin Bear color is taupe and it comes from Hobby Lobby, but I just got paper from 12 by 12 cardstock shop. I did order, and the browns that I went with for Franklin, for his muzzle, I got the oatmeal. And then for Franklin, I went with caramel. So I'm excited to use those. As I get to the end of the last little bit of paper, since Joann's called me 2 days ago and said that they are no longer going to be shipping special orders to the stores, I was kind of sad. All right, so now all I do with my little Franklin, he's pieced together. He's very simple. You're gonna put the base ears on, then the inner parts, then his body, and then the head. Then you're gonna work the face, the arms get glued on the back. So it's the same Franklin layout as all the rest that I've done and that you guys have done. I'm just making sure to ink him real good so he sticks. And my Barely Art glue is one of my favorites. I got that also from 12 by 12 cardstock shop. I'm just gonna start ordering through them. It's free shipping over $60. So I can't even complain considering they have so many more choices. And it's not just because I got picked up on the design team. I had already had several orders with them. So now for this guy here, let's zoom in a little more. This is going to be this piece. I just put a little bit of glue on the upper leaves and then the lower leaves down the middle of the stem. And this is just so it has something to hold on to. And I don't go all the way to the edge because there's going to be a flower there. And I swapped things around a little bit. I ended up using one of the sunflowers instead of the other flowers, the star flowers. I don't know what flowers those are. My husband buys me flowers all the time. You would think that I know the names, but I don't. Shame on me. And then I'm gonna put glue on the back. I'm gonna hold it down a little bit more though, just to make sure that it's got a good bind to the paper. And I'm gonna slide this under the back, just like so, and hold it down, just for a moment. Now the thing I like with the Barely Art glue is it has a little bit more wiggle room than the Art Glitter glue. I love both of them, but the Art Glitter glue, there is zero forgiveness on that. All right, so now I'm gonna glue one of these other flowers down. even though I forgot this piece. So we're gonna glue this down, this leaf, if I can hold it. My fingers almost let it go again. I don't go tip to tip on this one. It's gonna stick irregardless because it's gonna get held down by the flower. And I just overlay the flowers there. Pick this little guy up and glue him down. Now I flip it over and I wipe off what's on the outer edge just so it doesn't pick up any of my pieces that I don't want it to. All right, now the sign is going to go in first. So let's go ahead and glue our sign down. I just eyeball the middle and run a line right down. You're going to leave just a smidge at the top. That's how the pattern is. All right, I think that's middle enough for me. We are going to glue down this itty bitty little leaf. This is where the tweezers come in handy. Just a dot of glue. And I wipe off the excess on my hands. So if you guys see glue on my hands, that is because that's where I wipe off the excess. Now it doesn't go in the middle because the other sunflower is going to go on top of that. I have the new iPhone 13 Pro Plus Max, whatever that one is with all the cameras on the back, so I'm sorry it keeps adjusting. It's no way to change the settings. I've tried. So now the middle of this sunflower. That's gonna go right in there. And now it has this itty bitty little dot that's gonna go like the nail. Like the nail would in a piece of wood. And we're gonna put it right there. Okay, so now let's zoom back out. This is going to go in this way. So what I do, I glue his cheek some and his ear because that's going to hold the piece of the sign, and then here for the wood. I've done these enough, so yes. We're going to place it right there like so. Okay. Let me wipe that up real quick so it does not get all over anything else. I'm not going to do a perfect job, I just want to clean it up a little bit. I see that I have a lot of glue. Alright, so while he's there, we are going to now put the flower behind him. So I'm going to start with this one. And we're going to glue real good. I did not hold that down long enough, but that's okay. The sunflower will hold him down for us. All right. And I just put that right behind him like that. I'm just holding it down for a moment, sorry. Just to make sure there's a nice good hold. And then I forgot right up here. Okay, now the next flower is I took the biggest one because there was only one big one and then 3 of the smaller ones. I saved the bigger one to go behind him, and that one is going to go on this side now. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna throw some glue behind. I'd rather glue behind than on the flower because if I guesstimate it wrong, it's not the easiest to get it off the flower. And the same thing, I'm just gonna turn it a little and put it right behind him. This is such an easy file once you have help or you've done it a couple times. And for my sake, it's because I've done it a couple times. So now we're going to put the next flower on, and I'm just going to go here and right on his head. And that one we're going to stick down about, where do I want it? Right about there. I see a little glue trying to pop up. He's so cute when he's done. I just love them. I love Franklin though. He's my go-to comfort bear. And now the last flower. Just on the petals here. Put some on the sign. I just try to cover everywhere. A little bit extra glue won't hurt, right? All right. Last flower. That one will go right in here. I just want to make sure he's nice and glued down. Then we'll add our little hands and the last flower. Now, the last flower is easy. That is the one that's open like a daisy that we put aside. The first one with the 4 little leaves. Okay, squeaky clean, squeak, squeak, squeak. So we're gonna grab our little flower here, and all I did for him, I put some glue on the back here. Not a lot, just a little. You're gonna pick your piece up, and we're gonna just glue right here. My hands, yay. All right, now he's gonna slide in right over this way. See? Okay, now we'll put his hands on. Everybody does them different. I use this as the thumb, the rounded part. I've seen them both ways though. I think in the picture they're opposite. But it's just I've used it this way so long that I'm just going to continue. That's my final answer. And we'll put this hand here. If I can get it under that leaf. There we go. And now the leaves. And we're done. So just a little glue there. And I just picked it up and stuck it right behind. Same thing with this guy. Just a smidge. And last but not least, I do it on the top to make sure it doesn't catch on anything, because it's going to stick to the back of the sign. And that's your finished piece, guys. Now, let me grab those Nouveau Drops. Sorry about shaking the camera. I have to climb behind everything. They are I sent them way candy down there. That is, okay. So the Nouveau Drops I use, they're Jewel Drops. And this color is Cocoa Blush. I'm not going to accent this one yet. I'm going to finish up this one before I worry about the other one. And I squeeze it on the side just in case it burps. I didn't want it to burp all over my paper. And this is what they look like. And then for his hands, I use a makeup brush. Don't judge me. I found that a makeup brush works best for me, for the eyes, the accents, and I have another one as well. I don't know what eyebrow brushes or eyeshadow brushes these are because I don't wear much makeup. So I'm just going to show you what the tip looks like. And I add some white to his hands. This here is Pan Pastels. Don't mind my eyes. Those are my stencils. That way my eye placement's the same on every kid or bear when I put it together. I have some for Franklin as well. Franklin's are over here because I put them away. When I don't use my eyelash stamp, I have a stencil for my eyes, but my eyelash stamp, the stencil actually fits right in the stamp. So if I don't feel like stamping my eyes with the stamp that I made, I put this here and I trace around it. That way I would just go to the next bear, do the same thing. That way they're in the same place every time. Because I don't want one eye way off center and then the next one too centered in, too far in the center, I should say. And it's just a preference, little trick, I guess, that I've done, that I've made for myself. Other than that, I don't think there's much else to do to this. That is too dark. I love this stuff though. I'm just gonna take a little bit off and make it a fine line. There we go. And we'll do the other to the other side and take it off as well. I didn't get enough of the excess off. And this here is a Tombow Mono Zero eraser. It's just for precision erasing. But that is the finished one right there. I even have a template for the mouth because I don't have straight hands when it comes to drawing a line. I took a hard piece of plastic off of a little case that my pieces came in. I found that acetate is not strong enough, durable enough, it bends too. So I had to find a little bit harder of a plastic, and I'll show you what I cut it off of. I just needed the straight edge, and I have a few of them actually. I cut them off of these. That's all I cut I used this line right there, that plastic. You just need some kind of enclosed case. Hobby Lobby, when you buy something off the shelf, just kind of look if it's in the case. But so far, I have 2 orders. Same set, but 2 sets. I might do another video here of putting the truck together. But I got the other little Franklins done. And then this, instead of using the piece of paper that came with it to shape it, I wanted something that I could move around and finagle my own way that gave it some personality. So I used baker's twine on my sunflowers. I will put a little picture in the beginning of the file, at the beginning of the video, showing which file I'm actually working on. But thanks for joining me, and I can't believe that I just stuck everything on this when it was wet. I told you if it's wet, I'm gonna touch it. I did that. Oof. I'll clean it up. But I will, yeah, put a picture in the beginning of the video showing this complete file from Marjorie Ann Designs. And I will do another video probably here shortly, if not today, in the next day or two, just to kind of help everybody. I might do one with the title or the truck. Probably the truck, since there's a lot of pieces, because this file is so cute, but a little bit intimidating when you first look at it. So I tried to simplify it for everybody. So I think if I do the truck and even maybe another one for the title, that'll help you guys some, or encourage you guys to do it. But let me know in the comments if you need any help, whether it's the color of the papers I used, because I did use a few different shades of brown. Even this, in the pattern, it's the same brown as he is. And the first file I did do the brown the same as the hands, because shading the hands will actually break up your brown, and even shading right here. I'm gonna use metallic silver Nouveau Drops to put my little nails in my wood, just for some dimension, I think. But like I said, any questions, feel free to ask in the comments, and I will give you guys links. If you need them, let me know on any of the items I use. Like I said, from colors to glue to my eraser tools, you name it, I am here to help. Take care, guys. Until the next video.